Jared Polin, Froknowsphoto.com, and this is a comparison between the Nikon D4 and the Canon 1DX. Now, it's not the most exact comparison yet because I didn't have the same gear for all of the shoots, but I am working on doing that for you now because I've just picked up at Alan's Camera some remote triggers that allow me to remotely shoot both the Nikon and the Canon at pretty much the same time when I push one of the buttons. But what you're going to see here are two separate images. Well, actually, it's four separate images. We're just going to jump into two of them right now. I've got these two shots right here. So let me go to do this, bring up that one and this one, and we're going to do the comparison. Boom, boom. So these images were taken at different times. One was recent, taken with the Canon 1DX and the 7200 2.8 IS2. The other one was taken a year ago during Made in America Fest, and that was taken with the 70-200 2.8 version 2 VR and the Nikon D4. So they're pretty similar cameras, but it's not the easiest thing to get the same exact image. Now, I don't think either of these are corrected. The Canon one here looks a hell of a lot more sharper. The settings were a little different. I mean, the Canon's at 1600 ISO, and the Nikon's only at 500 ISO. I just may have missed the focus on the one side. Don't know why, but in this case, the Canon 1DX and the combination of that lens looks much better than what the Nikon version looks. Now, it's not the easiest to get these sample images because it's hard to shoot the same image with two cameras. I really like the Canon in this version. But then we move over to two other images that I took this week. Hold on, get rid of that one and bring this one up. We've got the Nikon on the left, we've got the Canon on the right. Now the difference this time is that I was shooting with the Nikon 200mm f2 that Borrow Lenses let me borrow, and on the right hand side we've got the Canon 70-200 2.8 IS, the first version that a friend of mine let me borrow. Now these are uncorrected RAW files. In this case, the Nikon looks better. Now, the colors are a little more green. There is that green tinge, but that's all easily correctable. They're kind of similar images taken on the same day, trying to replicate the same thing out at 200 millimeters on both at 400 ISO. Different shutter speeds because the colors were changing. Not the colors, but the light was changing, so I had to still get the proper exposure. In this case, the Nikon looks better, but I didn't have, the two lenses weren't the same. So what I'm setting out to do is to do a exact comparison with the same settings, the same shutter speeds, the same ISOs, everything the same to make it more of a realistic fight to determine whether the Nikon's better or the Canon's better, or it depends on the situation where each is better. But just see how sharp that this Nikon 200 f2 is. It is fantastic. The Canon's not far off. I just think that I may have missed the focus here where I may have gotten it right on the Nikon side. So basically what we've seen here in the four images is that, let me go back to this to bring up all four and hit the N button. Oop, I missed one. What we're pretty much seeing is that it's a crapshoot. If you miss your focus with either one, you're obviously not going to get the greatest image in the world, and the other may look better. But they are very, very similar. So I am going to have to do these pretty much non-realistic world tests because I like to do real world tests, but I'm going to run it through its paces. I'm going to run the Canon and the Nikon through its paces, doing the two sample shots at the same time with all of the same settings, and then we'll go through and analyze it. But this is just a quick look at four of these files. I've got the comparisons up. I'm not putting up the raw files yet. You can see a full res screen share, though, to take a look at over on the website. All right, Jared Polin, Froknowsphoto.com. See ya.